Hello, people. My name is Blake. Here I've come to ask a serious question, which I'm going to upload this to YouTube and ask some sort of science guy if this is possible, space explorer shit. So let's say you move to a planet with a longer day cycle. What would happen? Would your life be expanded, or would it just stay the same? Because it would have to do with gravity and stuff, right? So let's say this point of view here is Earth. This little light. Let's just say that little bulb right there is Earth. Light bulb. So as the bulb seems to be that big, pretend that is Earth, and that there is a planet just like Earth. That light switch. And let's say if you switch planets, one becomes different than the other. So, as we can see, planet, sun. There's two differences between it. The planet and the sun. Let's say if you move to a different planet and you live on that planet which has a longer day cycle, let's say the days were 10 days long and the gravity was just a little bit less than Earth. That means let's say that the gravity is a lot heavier than Earth. Let's say if you move to that planet, wouldn't your life be expanded by a few years or something? Like, wouldn't it make it so that you would become immortal in a way? Because let's say there's 24 hours in a day, and in a normal lifespan, let's see. Just searching this up. How long is a lifetime? A lifetime is 75 years, let's just say that. So you live for 75 years on Earth. If you move to another planet, which has a longer day cycle and other cycles, let's say you live on that planet, it has a shit ton of time, and you could live for, let's say, 10 days, 10 times 75 years old. 10 times 75. 7,500. 7,500 probably, maybe 750, I don't know. So yeah, let's say you're 75 and you move to a planet with the day cycle of 10. That means you would live for 750 years because of the daylight cycle, because we all age differently depending on the cycle of day. Because you see, nighttime we sleep, daytime we live. The actual life expectancy for a human, we're supposed to be able to live for 150 years. To reality, it's actually 144, but that's the actual supposed lifetime for one human. That's the max life you can live for. So let's say you could expand that by moving to a different planet, or you could connect your brain up to many different brains, or you could basically become robotic. And that will be a thing in the future. So you basically replace your body parts with either anything that can make you more life expectanted, and then you could have many more time of living. So in the expectancy of life, how long do you think we could live for? 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years. Let's say there was a planet that could spin so slowly that it's going at the slower than the Earth. Like 4 times slower than the Earth, let's just say that. So you basically do times 4 from 750. That would be 3,000. So you could live for 3,000 years and outlive everyone on Earth and completely forget about it. So let's say you live for the age of 3,000. That is medically inclined. Let's say in 8 years, if immortality has been created, then that means we will basically be eternally living. So by the time everything in the entire universe is fucking gone, like, we won't be, because we will be immortal. We will live eternally. That means we can relive the whole entire universe, recreation, Let's say we could literally leave this universe and go to another, because we would live for like eternity, and we could go to like different planets and different solar systems and different universes and basically different galaxies and everything. We could basically leave the whole universe behind and go to a different universe which hasn't been killed. We could go to the Giga universe, the Ultra universe, the Every universe. I know, I think you may think I'm speaking crazy shit right now, but I think it's actually possible. It's a possibility. It's a possibility to actually happen, because it's a generation. We're all in the future now. The amount of rockets and shit. Let's say NASA creates a whole new engine which could basically propel you through space without even having to use a single drop of fuel. That would save so much time just traveling through space. They say that there's the solar sails, but let's say they create a they already have a generator for like fucking gravity and stuff. So they have the gravity generator. They put it in space, into a space station. Then there will be gravity created into the space station. Let's say there's an ore on a planet. Let's just go with Titan. Zeantelite. That's an ore. Let's say it's purple. 2,500 kilometers down below the Earth, or below Titan's surface. So let's say in Titan there's a secretive space organization stuff mining that ore. Let's say if we move to another planet, what if we go to that planet and we're like 1,000 years into the future? Technically, in sayings, as far as we far look away, it's actually younger. So what if we go through the Earth, like through space at a slow amount of time, and gradually that place will be going younger and younger and younger. And for the rover, or whatever the thing that's flying through space is, bringing us the probe 1 and probe 2, the one which I think probe 2 is actually the furthest one out, maybe probe 1, which has already left the solar system. Let's say once that is completely out of the solar system, let's see if it stumbles upon a planet with life on it and sends us back an image in like 60, 70,000 years. So what if, sorry, I'm tired, we go to that planet and there's like whole advanced shit there. So if you've ever seen the anime called Knights of Sidonia, let's say it's kind of like that. But with the space travel of that ship, they have those giant ass rockets, and the ship is basically the size of a planet, or like a whole residential area, like half of a planet. So let's say that you go to that ship and basically fly through space. Let's say it takes months and months and months to be able to even comprehend how long it'll take to get through space, through the time continuum. Let's say time travel was invented. That's how we would know how things would happen. Let's say we invented time travel, we've already invented wormholes, it's basically possible. We've got everything we need to do to be able to go anywhere we want. We can go into space. The Apollo missions are all gone. There's the Artemis mission, which I think has already been launched into space, which they're going to the moon to live on the moon for 30 fucking days to be able to see if it's possible to live on the Earth. And in 2031, they're basically making the ISS come back down to Earth. So let's say in that time, we have. So it's already 2023, so we have 8 years until the ISS comes down from space. And by then, we will have all the needs we need to go straight towards the moon. I'm tired, so I'm trying to explain this. It's very bright outside. It's 11 a.m. 11:30. And so let's say in the space continuum of what we're doing, as we're going through everything that could help us, what if we find a distance and point with a wormhole? The distant is where we are. The point is where we're going. We connect those points with a. Here, let's just grab this. This distant point. As we're going through the distant, it starts becoming through to the center, which is more like the timeogram in between the distance and the point. As we're going through, the point becomes the distant. As we're at the distant, this is the distant, and then this is the point. And as we go through, we go back through to the distant to make it back to the point. As we say, okay, I'm just going to make this whole wormhole thing. So let's say this is us, and here is the destination. We want to go through it to see what will happen, how far in the future, how far we go. So let's say the distant and the point is what it is. So the past, present, future, yada yada yada. Yeah. Okay. So present is right this hand right here. Future is this hand right here. So we go through it. What if we go through it with a sort of suit? We have to wear a suit with a rope, and we have to wear that rope to go through, and that rope gradually expands as it's going through. It's like expanding in the center. So as this is the cutoff point, the center of this is the cutoff point. As they expand, they gradually go through. So, through and out, gradually making it to the future. So, if that was possible, then that means, turn it around, future, past. They could go through the future, straight to the middle point of the present. And then they could go straight to the past. But if they didn't want to go to the past, they could go straight to the present and pop straight out, straight into the present time. All you have to do is when you're in a wormhole, you have to go out one of the sides, because the wormhole is basically a giant cylinder, which, if you can see right here, it's basically, this is what a wormhole is like. You can see it through and through. The wormhole is cylindric. You either go out of one of the ends, like either here or over here. So you go out this side, any side, you go through it, out of it, and around it. So let's say you go through it, you're in the future. You go through it again, you're in the present. You go through it one more time, you're in the past. So let's say that if we have wormhole technology, can't we create like this giant metal like ring that goes through space and use it as like one of those Transformer Prime's warp gates? Because we're already at the prevention time of the invention that we could go through. We could visit all the medieval times, but we cannot change a single thing. If we went to go kill Hitler in the past, the earth would be filled with a lot of Jewish people. If we went to prevent Hitler from being killed, then the earth would be fucked, and so more. So we would have to put through specialists that want to go through it to change anything. We could change it so that there was never ever any wars. We could change it so that people that we didn't want alive could never even be born. We could change it so that everything could be possible. We could change it so that everything is perfect. We could make it so that space travel was never cancelled. Ocean travel was never cancelled. We can make it so that the entire ocean has been explored. The entire space has been explored. We can explore everywhere as we expand our horizons. We can expand our economy. We can expand everything just because of a single wormhole. As my presentation has ended here, I would like to thank you for watching, and please, if you want to think more about it, please comment down below, and I will get back to you if I have any thoughts. And if you have any thoughts about what a black hole or a wormhole or anything, I can give you zero answers about it because I have no clue. I'm just making a theory. Peace out.